There are all kinds of theories flying around of who Aubrey Plaza's character in Agatha All Along, Rio Vidal, actually is. After the 2-episode premiere last week, there are lots of people saying that she is Blackheart from the comics, but I still think she's someone else. I get why so many people are saying she's Blackheart, and there's a few reasons why some are saying this, and it's because during the fight scene between Rio and Agatha, Agatha accuses Rio of not having a heart, and Rio replies that she in fact does have a heart and that it's black and that it only beats for Agatha. Now, before the show even premiered, there were rumors speculating that Rio and Agatha were in a past relationship together, and after those first 2 episodes, I mean, if you didn't feel the sexual tension between the two of them, what were you even watching? So the Blackheart reference that only beats for Agatha could be related to that. The other reason people are saying why Rio is Blackheart is because when Lilia used her divination powers to predict the list of Agatha's coven, the final name on the list was a black heart. Many people related what was said in episode 1 about Rio having a black heart, along with the sexual tension between her and Agatha, and then the black heart showing up on the list referring to Rio. Now, Agatha sort of plays it off, saying that of course it was black because it was drawn with a black pen, but actually knows that it stands for Rio. Not to go too far off the road here, but others are saying the heart was for Mrs. Hart, or Sharon Davis, played by Deborah Jo Rupp, and some folks are relating that back to an Easter egg from WandaVision when Vision marked a calendar with a heart for their dinner with the hearts. But some other folks are also saying that the heart was actually red and appeared black because that episode was in black and white. To get back to Blackheart, he was created by Ann Nocenti and John Romita Jr. and first appeared in Daredevil issue 270. Blackheart is a demon who happens to be the son of Mephisto. And with all of the theories always running around that Mephisto is finally showing up in the MCU, it would make the most sense that Blackheart is a possibility for Rio's character. Now, with Blackheart being a demon, he essentially cannot die, which is another reason why other people are saying that Rio is Blackheart, because during that fight, we learned that Agatha and Rio cannot kill each other for whatever reason. Now, while all of those reasons are great and make sense for her to be Blackheart, I just don't think that's the case, mainly because it just seems too obvious. Also for the fact that it has been publicized, even by Marvel prior to the premiere, that Rio Vidal will be the MCU's first Green Witch, and we've seen some promo material with Rio in green. I'd say there are 2 more likely options of who she actually is, given some of the promo material that we've seen. The first option is Morgan le Fay. Now, Morgan le Fay in Marvel Comics is based off of the King Arthur legends and stories where there is a Morgan le Fay. In Marvel Comics, she was technically created by Stan Lee and Joe Maneely and first appeared in Black Knight issue 1 when Marvel was, at the time, Atlas Comics. After the Black Knight series ended, she was reintroduced in Spider-Woman issue number 2. Now, Morgan le Fay is half human and half fairy, and because she is this human-fairy hybrid, she is essentially immortal. Again, maybe one of the reasons why Agatha cannot kill her. Morgan is also super old, like thousands of years old, just like Agatha is in the comics. They could use this long history between the two of them as to why they've had a past relationship together in the MCU. But because Morgan is so old in the comics, she utilized her time wisely to become a master of the mystic arts. Now, how this relates to what's happening in Agatha All Along and the MCU as a whole, in Avengers issue 187, we learn that Morgan le Fay was the leader of a cult called the Darkholders. Well, she and that cult used the Darkhold to eventually summon its creator, Chthon. Now, Chthon is an elder god who lived on Earth. However, after summoning him, they learned that he's just too strong for them to control, so they ended up trapping him in Wundagore Mountain. And we know that Wanda was born on Wundagore Mountain, and this is actually how Wanda got her powers, was because Chthon imbued his powers into Wanda so that she could be a vessel for him. And now in the MCU, we know Wanda is either dead, although it's been said that she's not, so she may be trapped somewhere, most likely with Chthon. Now, I still believe Agatha's goal is obviously to get her powers back, and the Witch's Road is ultimately going to lead her and the rest of her coven to Wanda. Now, this connection with Chthon writing the Darkhold and Wanda getting her powers from Chthon could somewhat explain how Rio is Morgan le Fay, because again, she summoned Chthon, and that could tie everything together of why we're using that character in the MCU. But there is another person who Rio could be based on what we've seen in the show and promo material, and who some folks have mentioned in my comments of another video and that I've seen circulating on the internet, and that person is Lady Death. Well, technically it's just Death, but it is often personified as a woman. Death, or Lady Death, was created by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon and first appeared in Marvel Mystery Comics issue 10. Death is a cosmic being who in the comics is most notably associated being courted by Thanos. So again, Death has no gender and can take on any form. When presented as themselves, it's typically as a cloaked skeleton or a woman. And the cloaked form looks awfully familiar to what Aubrey Plaza was wearing in that first episode when she was fighting Agatha. Now, in some other promo material for the show, there were these tarot cards with one of them being Death, who again is dressed very similar to how Rio was dressed in that first episode and is also holding the same kind of dagger that Rio used in that fight with Agatha. There is also a teaser clip when Agatha and the rest of her coven are using a Ouija board. Agatha says someone is here with us and they spell out D-E-A-T-H or death. Of course, that could be whoever they're facing on the Witch's Road at that time, but it could also be related to Rio. Now, there are two other possibilities of who Rio could be that not many other folks have suggested that I thought she could be before the show even premiered, and I still think those are possibilities. To learn more about them, check this video out.